Great to see you again. You know, I didn't think we would do this again, but here we are. Yeah, you know, you only turn 28 once. I think the Pope once said that. Yeah, that sounds like him. And I see you decided to grow out your facial hair. I did. I was looking for a more, distinguished look. What do you think? Yeah, I prefer the clean-shaven look. But let's get back to the reason I got you here. So, to summarize what you said in last year's interview, you said, let me check my notes, but basically nobody wants your advice because you have no land or loved ones. Is that correct? Correct. Okay, I think that's a smooth transition into the next question. What did you learn over the past year? I learned that you don't have to answer the exact question someone asks you. Instead, you can answer the question that you wish they asked you. So, my whole life I've said red is my favorite color, but recently I haven't really sat down and given it serious thought. So I'm starting to wonder, maybe red isn't my favorite color. Okay, explain that thought. So being 28 feels like you're the middle child because you're technically not young anymore, but you also don't quite feel like an adult yet. Your brain is fully developed, which gives you the power to overthink everything, which is helpful when you have to solve a complex situation. But it can also cost you your happiness in the long run if you tend to ruminate on your struggles and deficiencies. And you're the middle child because many of the friends your age are starting to get married, buy a house, and settle down. And if you're not doing that, you feel like you're behind in life. But even those people who are settling down, they don't have the experience that other adults and parents have, so they can't fully relate to them. So everyone feels like an outcast in their own way. Okay, so that's what it feels like to be 28. Cool. Is there anything you learned over the past year? Great question. I contemplated this question on my birthday, also known as the Day of Reflection. And I realized that I learned that although a restaurant or store may have a passcode or a lock on their restroom doors, they would still prefer you use their restroom when you need to go to the bathroom. Anything else? I learned that younger Tyler, although his brain was smaller and he dressed poorly, he had it all figured out. Interesting. What do you mean by that? That small brain did less thinking, and that allowed me to find out what really matters to me. Everything was simplified. So what really matters to you? P-brain Tyler was stripped of his ego because he didn't have the executive function capabilities programmed into his tiny little brain. He followed his gut instinct. First impressions of somebody, if something felt off or fake about them, he wouldn't get too close to them. When facing a tough decision, he would trust his gut rather than wait for his brain to kick in and, logically help make a decision. Because given enough time, your brain can use logic to talk you into doing just about anything. And in the past, my brain would oftentimes talk me into making the easier decision, even though it may not have been the best thing for me. Wow, a surprisingly in-depth answer from you. I like it. And may I say, you didn't have to dress up for this interview. Come on, man. I'm always secretly trying to impress you. It's because I love you. Wait, what did you say? I said, I'm starting to take this amateur expert role more seriously, so I'm going for a more, professional look. Well, it looks good on you. And thanks again for taking the time to do this interview. I really appreciate it. Anything for you, buddy.